I was thinking there is a reality, especially when providing services to human, that's not the right word, but social service, like service oriented organizations come with a little bit more that they're navigating more on their plates. It seems to be more. And it is really hard to get organizations to think about doing anything beyond once a month. It's
Mhm.
But then there's this reality, if it's not once a month, it's it's just really hard to hold on to that. It's so hard to hold on to the information and to keep that consistency going and to build upon. And
Mhm.
anything lesser than that feels like a lot for people. So as consultants, we're always trying to figure out what we can do in the time that we have. And life is life, and not everybody can show up all the time. And so that
Mhm.
balance with us as consultants is, okay, not everyone's going to be able to be here all the time. How can we keep this as an experience that's helpful? And it is a constant state of flowing and showing up and figuring out like, what the need is. And what you two are shining a light on that I want to make even brighter is, I think that sometimes when people think about coaching, especially if it's centered around something like a book, we might dismiss the importance of there are real life things that people are experiencing. There were a couple times where Kendrick and I saw the room. We saw the room, we saw the people in the room, and we felt what was in the room. And it made more sense to put the book aside and to be very curious about what people needed in the space and to help people navigate whatever it was that they were experiencing, be it personal, be it whatever was happening at work. And I think the part that gets missed is that doing that is so important to being able to do everything that we're talking about in the book. One of the most significant danger zones for responding out of biases is when we are activated, when we're crisis mode, our logical brains aren't really working, there's fear. Like those are the things that activate actions based on biases more than anything else. I just remember thinking a couple times when we put the book all the way to the side, I kept wondering, do people know that this really is the work? It's not
Yeah.
going through every page. I kept wondering that. And now that you're here, Jason, I kind of wonder, did you, and don't say yes if you don't agree, but did you have a sense that putting the book to the side wasn't really putting the book to the side? It really was the practical aspect of the work?
I I want to say yes, and I think the book gave the structure. You always have to have that structure, but it's like you said, those moments where like those crisis moments where you're like your lid is flipped. You revert back to what you know and what you're comfortable with, and that might be some of the biases that you grew up, or the biases that you've grown into in work culture. But I do appreciate the book because, like I said, it's talking points and it is also a structure to give us. But to have these conversations where it was just free flowing, I think that's where it helped us really grow, understand what the bigger picture is. At least for me, and that's why a lot of the stuff I didn't come into this mindset. Oh, I got to figure this out because it's for work. Is no, I'm taking this back to my personal life because it's crazy to see me in this place now where my older cousins are asking me for advice. When growing up, I was asking for them when I needed the help. My teen age, that's when I needed the help the most. And now it's like now they have kids that are it's crazy to see. My nephew and niece is going to college, and now they're like, "Hey, they're getting into this. This is happening. Like, what do you?" I'm like, "I told you, like the tables that turned." And I applied this stuff to what I experienced in real life, and I think that's why it's bigger for me because it's not just work. We can, focus on work all day, but it's realizing that when work does come to an end at that day, like, how can you apply this to your real life too? And how does this become practice? So it's not just, oh, it's work time. Let's put this book together. It's like, how do we apply it to our life so this
Yeah.
is meaningful and valuable information?
Yeah. Yes.